I will try to keep this brief and provide some context so you can understand my story. I have been an avid reader on this forum, and my experience of betrayal is unlike any I have come across. The two people I love the most betrayed me in the worst possible way. I am a 39-year-old male, and my childhood sweetheart, a 38-year-old female, got pregnant, and we had a daughter who is now 19. She was considered a miracle child due to the difficulties my wife faced during pregnancies, preventing her from having more kids. Despite this challenge, our daughter turned out to be incredible. Knowing she would be our only child, my wife spoiled her immensely. Most of the conflicts in our relationship revolved around my wife allowing our daughter to get away with anything, while criticizing any attempts I made at discipline. Our daughter even slept in our bed until her early teens, developing an unhealthy attachment to my wife. Instead of acting as a parent, my wife insisted on being a friend, leading to ongoing issues in our family dynamic. Her reasoning was that she wanted our daughter to feel comfortable sharing everything with her so she wouldn't be lonely as the only child and could avoid getting into trouble. While I understood her intention, I disagreed with not setting any boundaries. My wife, being a high school teacher, claimed the moral high ground, stating that she was a professional in raising kids since she did it for a living. Despite her viewpoint, I was the main provider, covering all the bills, so I insisted on maintaining a parent-child relationship with our daughter. This difference in parenting styles caused my daughter and her mom to become close. When she was 15, she started dating a boy at her school. I only found out when she turned 17 because she kept it hidden from me. Upon discovering this, I disagreed with it, wanting her to focus on her studies. My wife took my daughter's side, insisting that it was normal since we were high school sweethearts and turned out okay. I argued back, saying we were an exception and our journey wasn't easy. I felt that it held us back in various aspects, and like any parent, I didn't want our daughter to have a child out of wedlock, almost as if I predicted it. The next thing I knew, my daughter was pregnant at 17. I have saved up for her college fund, and I had big aspirations for her. When I asked my wife if this was what she wanted, she kept assuring me that everything would be fine. I couldn't shake the feeling that she was strangely happy about our daughter being pregnant, and I wondered if it was because of her own difficulties in getting pregnant. She was 18 when we welcomed our grandson, though I hoped it would happen under different circumstances. Despite the unexpected situation, we were delighted when he arrived. I reluctantly accepted her boyfriend into the family. Since she was on my insurance, I covered all the deductible for her medical expenses. Her boyfriend, struggling financially, couldn't even afford rent, so I ended up paying for their apartment, allowing her to continue college as a new mother. My wife played a significant role in parenting, spending most of her time at our daughter's apartment. There were times when I wouldn't see her for days, understanding that she was helping our daughter and her boyfriend navigate the challenges of becoming new parents. Fast forward 4 months, and I hadn't had time to visit my grandson due to my demanding work schedule. My suspicion arose when I decided to pay my daughter a surprise visit while passing through her neighborhood. I thought she would be home, but when I knocked on her door, her boyfriend answered. He seemed surprised to see me, and instead of inviting me in, started asking questions and claiming my daughter wasn't home. I sarcastically asked if he was going to let me in, and he regained composure, opening the door. Upon entering, I found my wife coming out of the bedroom with a towel around herself, as if she was coming out of the shower. Unaware that my daughter's boyfriend had let someone in, she was audibly asking him who the person was that was at the door. The moment she saw me, she froze and began stuttering her words. I didn't expect her to be there, as she was supposed to be at work. Just by her reaction, I could sense that something wasn't right. It hit me immediately what was going on, and the tension in the air was palpable. Frankly, I was in shock, but I did my best to conceal it and play it off like I didn't just find my wife alone in the same apartment with my daughter's boyfriend. To make matters worse, my grandson wasn't even there. My daughter had taken him out for a medical appointment. There was no reason for my wife to be there, and I played it off like I should have called to make sure my daughter was home before coming over. I don't even know how I made it home that day, driving on autopilot with a whirlwind of questions in my mind. I couldn't fathom that my wife was having an affair with my daughter's boyfriend, who was barely 19. Confirming my suspicions, when my wife came home, she was overcompensating. She frequented the room to check on me, hugging me longer than usual, and stopped making excuses about visiting my daughter to take care of the grandkids. Instead, she spent more time at home, especially when I was around. I sensed it was either all a smokescreen to distract me or she was feeling guilty. Unable to resist my curiosity and not knowing the extent of their relationship, I decided to check her phone. What lay bare before me was proof that she was having an affair with my daughter's boyfriend. Confronting her immediately, after a failed attempt to play dumb, I showed her the text messages on her phone that revealed that she had been sharing affectionate messages, professing their love for each other. She finally gave in to my pressure and admitted that she performed oral on him, but insisted that it didn't go any further. I was upset because I found out that my wife was having an affair with my daughter's boyfriend, who I was financially supporting. I angrily went to their apartment to confront him and expose the truth to my daughter, hoping she would kick him out. When my daughter opened the door, I confronted her boyfriend, demanding forcefully to know why he was having an affair with my wife. My daughter was crying, trying to comfort me, which seemed strange because I expected her to be angrier at her mom and her boyfriend than at me. However, she was trying to calm me down while she cried. It wasn't clear to me that day why my daughter wasn't acting as I had hoped. It wasn't until the next day, after I kicked my wife out of the house and was trying to convince my daughter to do the same with her boyfriend, that she tearfully revealed the news. She caught her mom and her boyfriend having an affair during her pregnancy. They bribed and gaslighted her to keep the secret, saying if I found out, I would harm my wife and her boyfriend, and the family she knew would be gone. Additionally, she was in love with her boyfriend. She felt ashamed about being pregnant and believed her mom was her only support. She kept the secret because they promised to stop being intimate. I was upset with my daughter after the revelation. I felt not only betrayed by my wife, but also by my daughter. I walked away from her and ignored her calls and messages. I filed for divorce from my wife, which is still in progress. I stopped paying rent for their apartment. Unfortunately, my soon-to-be ex-wife moved in with my daughter to help her with her rent because her teacher's salary isn't enough. I heard that her boyfriend might have been kicked out, but I'm not sure if it's true or if my soon-to-be ex-wife lied about it. It's been 4 months and I haven't answered my daughter's call or visited my grandson. I feel hurt and betrayed by the two people I love, and it seemed like I have to start over from scratch. Thank you for staying to the end of this video. Please don't forget to like and subscribe, and let's get some reaction on the comment section. Thank you.